things, let's go.
That's it. Love you guys. Let's go. Gang on me, gang on three. 1, 2, 3. Gang.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Okay, so there aren't many in the media that give the Las Vegas Raiders a chance to open the season with a victory over the Denver Broncos. Why? The Raiders swept the Broncos last year, and they're the ones that actually got better this offseason. The Broncos didn't get better. They didn't sign any superstars in free agency. They didn't have a first-round pick either. Oh yeah, that's right. Sean Payton is their head coach now. Yeah, the guy that won the Super Bowl with the help of Bounty Gate. Oh my goodness. Y'all gonna have to excuse me for not being scared of Payton and overrated quarterback Russell Wilson. You can see from this preseason with the starters in that they don't protect Wilson any better either. That's going to be a problem because the Raiders did have a first-round pick and they used it to improve their pass rush. Edge rusher Tyree Wilson will be making his debut. A few players will be making their debut or Raider debuts, so we'll see if and how much they improve the Raiders. However, the Raiders have won the last 7 games against the Broncos for a reason. They have 3 Bronco Killers the Broncos haven't found a way to stop. First is Josh Jacobs, who's 7-0 with 721 yards and 9 touchdowns against the Broncos. In the last 2 games against me, he has 253 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here we have a zone stretch to the weak side as you can see the guards comboing off to the linebackers. He's going to cut it back, then almost takes it back too far. No problem though, he's just going to spin it back inside and rip off a big gain. He has a chance to go all the way if he holds the ball in his left hand. Now we're in the red zone, we got a sprint draw. He has no confrontation for the first 4 to 5 yards, and after that, the rest is him. Here they are in the red zone again, and this time they're going to run an ISO. He cuts it back, and then he's going to get a little help from Devontae Adams from the receiver spot. Then he swerves on in there for the touchdown. Now we're in the second game of last year and we got down blocking and a guard pulling. That means it's power. And he's going to get through that little hole for a nice gain. Alright, here we have a play designed for Jacobs to go straight up the middle. There's leakage coming from the left side of his offensive line, but no problem. He sees a hole to his right and he gets through there for a nice gain. Alright, here we have another sprint draw. And we got a blitzing linebacker coming. Good thing Jacob sees that hole to his left and hits it. He then breaks the tackle and carries the tackler for a nice gain. Alright, here we got guards comboing off from the fullback leading. It's a zone stretch. The temptation would be to cut it back here, but the 2 Bronco defensive linemen are in better position to make them play than you think. All he has to do is let the play develop right in front of him. He's going to get somewhere. And sure enough, he does get somewhere for a nice sized gain. Jacobs also has something to offer in the passing game. He can take a short pass to make a little something out of it. This one here is going to end up going for a first down. He's there for his quarterback to dump it off to if there's no one else for him to throw to. Oh yeah, but make no mistake about it, he can go deep too. But his biggest contribution to the passing game is that he makes opposing defenses put 8 in the box. And as you see here, a lot of the times they still can't stop Jacobs. Oh, and the Raiders have a new Bronco Killer. His name is Devontae Adams. He's actually a superstar, so he kills everybody. But he had 242 yards and 2 touchdowns in 2 games against them last year. Bronco fans like to say corner Patrick Surtain locked Adams down in the first matchup because he made a couple of plays. On this one, Surtain showed good route recognition, so he's going to drive on this one and get to it, and that's an incomplete pass. Here, Surtain has Adams in press, and Adams is going to make the mistake of trying to get him off with his hands. Adams has tons of releases, and that was the wrong one. So Surtain is going to stay on Adams and poke this one out. Alright, now he has him in off-man coverage. And the route recognition is there again. There's no separation, and he's going to break that one up. Okay, here he has him in off-man coverage again. The route recognition isn't there on this one. He's way back on his heels, and you have a ton of separation. And we have a completion. Alright, now let's not act like Surtain didn't get touched up. They're going to get him on a fade here. This isn't bad coverage here by Surtain, but the ball's almost there and he has no idea that it's almost there. Adams has those late hands and he's going to use them to make the catch here. Here he has him again, and it's another fade coming. Again, the ball is almost there, but Surtain has no idea it's almost there because Adams isn't giving it away. This one's a back shoulder too, so he really had no chance. Now in the second game, Adams made a mess of Surtain. Look at this right here. Surtain has no idea the ball is coming. Those late hands again. Here, Adams is going to get him on a really big one. Alright, Adams is already blown by Surtain here. He has help over the top, but even that help over the top is frozen, so he's going to blow past him easily and catch this touchdown pass. Now watch the beautiful release on this slant here. But unfortunately, this is going to be a rare drop by Adams. Now he's off on Adams, who's inside. And oh, Surtain just got shook out the deal. And you're not making up 10 yards on anyone. And there goes Adams to win the game. Surtain can't cover Adams. And the Broncos need someone to block edge rusher Max Crosby. He has 8 sacks in his last 4 games against them. Here's our first game in 2021. He's going to give left tackle Garrett Bowles that work. On this one, he's going to make sure he gets a good chuck on the tight end, then he's going to close quickly on the quarterback after. On this one, he's going to go upfield first, and then he's going to come underneath on the stunt. This one is just a hustle sack. He's not going to let Teddy Bridgewater get outside on him. And on this one, he's just going to get him with the hand swipe. Crosby got there 5 times in this game, but due to all the half sacks, he was only given credit for 3 sacks. In game 2 of 2021, he's going to engage with the guard briefly and continue to his right with the stunt. Now we're in the first game of 2022 and it's set up and underneath stunt again. And here he's going to get the tight end by faking inside and swimming outside. Now in the second game of 2022, he's going to get upfield and come underneath on the stunt again. He's gotten pretty good at that. And here he's going to go right at his man, spin, and go right inside of him. He's also good against the run as he gives his teammates an opportunity for a turnover here. The Broncos have Mike McGlinchey at right tackle to try to deal with him now. I believe in any given Sunday, so I'm not saying the Raiders are going to just go out there and stomp the Broncos out. I just don't see how they're not favored if they've beaten the Broncos 7 times in a row. I mean, my goodness, the Raiders are the ones that got much better this year, while all the Broncos did was get McGlinchey and Payton, which doesn't scare me at all. Meanwhile, the Raiders have 3 Bronco Killers they're absolutely terrified of. All Jacobs does is churn out yards and touchdowns rushing, and that enables receiver Devontae Adams to go one-on-one. And sorry, Surtain can't win that. Then Crosby, who now has help, will lead the way on defense. Thank you for watching. See you next time.